It's been a hectic moment right now, but we're finally here. Basically, the chat thing just stopped working, and it's been too long since I've done solo streams, is what I've realized. Previously, I could just join the call and talk. What am I? Oh, I'm hearing my own. Oh, God, please. Let's, something is playing audio. Oh, it's this. I'm getting, okay. I'm sorry for that. We should be there. Hasn't started yet? Yeah. So basically, guys, once again, I am doing this in the order that I'll pull up the Discord actually. So I'll go through this once again. If you're looking at this and you're like, how on earth do I get my trailer to be covered? If you go to our server, there's here an announcement. The latest post is like, hey, here's a thread, it's 52 messages, and there's a whole list in here. And I'm just going top to bottom because it's the most fair approach. Someone is like currently submitting their trailer. I don't think that Joss AP is gonna get his trailer covered. Yeah, great audio, of course, because I'm the person who sets this up this time. Thomas has no clue how audio works, but this is normally good. So, yeah. Basically, if you wanna see how far until your trailer, you just have to look at, okay, where are we currently in the list? And then basically just count from there. I've gotten, like, what? How much is this? Like 10-ish trails, a little bit more. I'm going to stop the stream early though if it lasts more than 2 hours and 15 minutes, I think, from now, because I actually have a meeting at 9, which is about a bunch of money. So I need to also care about that. But I'm gonna keep doing this for probably 2 hours or until I finish all these trailers, whichever comes first. Yeah, Akai, I updated your trailer, don't worry. So your slot has been replaced with the new, what is it called here? The H.io updated demo trailer, because I'm not missing out on that much fun. Also, I don't know if anyone is in Twitch chat, honestly. I'm horrible at Twitch chat. I'm pretty bad at this. I have no clue how many viewers we have either. It hasn't updated yet, so whatever, we'll get there. 3 people on Twitch chat, let's go. I don't have Twitch chat though. Why can I not open my chat? Whatever. And then, yeah, I think that's it. I need to turn off all my Discord notification sounds and like WhatsApp. I'm sorry if that popped up for you right now. But I think, yeah, I think I've been going on for long enough. How many people are watching? 24 concurrent viewers. People will drop in. It's just me today because Thomas knows absolutely nothing about trailers. I think there's some unique ones in here. I didn't take a deep look, but I just scrolled through them all, and I think, yeah, just looking at this screenshot, you've heard of my font trends. I think I need to change the layout a little bit so you guys can see more of the actual trailer and less of the chat being on top of it. And once that's done, I think we should be good. Yeah, you should be able to see the full trailer now. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. And we're gonna start with, what is this? Echoes of Elpis. It starts with a black screen. Great start of the stream, guys. This is not how you do it. Once again, how are we gonna do this? I'm just gonna shut up. I'm gonna play the trailer once, and then we'll go through it again together. Sounds good? Now, if you say no, too bad, I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, I think this is a pretty solid start, honestly. I think it could have been worse. Okay, looking at the gameplay, I get some comments. Let's see, Bytecoin Twitch drops when? How many people are in here? Well, I'll talk about that in a second, but let's talk about this trailer first. So, it starts with a black screen. Or actually, does it? Yeah, because it's a fade in. That's, it always loses some points. It's a very short black screen. It's only a few frames, but still, could have been better. That is one thing. The big thing that I have, and that's like the first thing I notice here, is when you look at this screenshot, or like not the screenshot, but if you look at this scene, let me just filter out this scene individually. Let's just get this, how far does it go? It goes up until here. The big thing I notice here is that you have this area over here and at the bottom where it's just black. There's not really anything going on. So this is a case where, I need to make this a little bit bigger. This is where you can do things like I would just punch in a little bit at least. This is an awkward angle because still you're gonna have some black, but I would zoom in more on the action because otherwise, like I have this in like these scenes as well, your main character is just so tiny and it should take up more of the space because all of this is just empty space, and maybe this is the default camera, in which case I would maybe look into just zooming that in general as well. But you can also just cheat in like your editing software. I was talking about this earlier today where sure, your trailer exports generally are 1080p, but you can record your trailer at 4K, for example, and then digitally like punch in, like what I'm doing here basically with this, but then without losing any quality. Like the moment you have the scale number here, the moment that goes over 100, you lose quality. But like a 4K video, for example, starts at scale 50, and then you can zoom it in up to 2x without losing any quality. If your PC can handle it, if your game can handle it, I would always record the quality as like high as possible, so you can do things like this without it looking like ass. These are great shots. And also it was mentioned in the YouTube comments as well, or like the chat, that the music is tied up really well with the rest of the thing. I think the volume should be fine for what you guys are hearing as well. It's fine for me at least. If you record a 4K 10-minute clip, it's 30 gigabytes, I think you have really bad recording settings then. I think you should record with OBS and then change it so it's not like indistinguishable like quality. Wait, maybe I can just pull it up actually. Does my OBS, can I show OBS on my OBS? Yes, okay. This is very meta. Let me leak my stream key. Let's not do that. So here in video, I think, yeah, I can't change it if it's maybe an output. Yeah, okay. So I can't change it, but I can show you. Basically with recording, right now it's like indistinguishable quality, large file size. It says large, but there's actually a quality, like a thing higher, that is like giant files. This is pretty high end already. Go for MPEG-4 also, and it should not be that big. I think it's about 100 megabytes a minute that I currently record at, which is absolutely perfectly fine to do, like number-wise. Like if you want to know for a Bite Me Games video, for example, that's 1 minute of Bite Me Games footage is 1 gigabyte. But this should be your settings. Don't overcomplicate it. Use MP4 and have it as yeah. I don't think there's anything more like, oh, I have output mode on simple up top here, XX. Maybe that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. It should not be 30 gigabytes if you record just something simple. The music is tied up pretty well, and yeah, once again, these shots, they went and did the effort, like I said, I talked about this in the previous ones, where these are probably shots that are not in the game. They recreated these just for the trailer, which is good, because it just spices things up a bit. Because at the end of the day, it is still a game where you're just going through a tech base, and there's only so many ways you can do tech bases and make it look good. What's OBS? OBS is Open Broadcaster software. Do not use anything else. If you use Fraps or Bandicam or whatever else for recording your screen and your game, don't do it. OBS, it's completely free, it's open source, it's the default standard. Install that, record all of your trailer stuff with OBS. There's no reason not to use it. I want to go to the next point. Like here, once again, I feel like, let me try again. How far is this clip? Like here you can see a bit more of the scale that they have, but I still feel like, oh, I could just punch in a little bit and just show more of what matters. And I don't feel like I'm losing a lot here. The rest is just too small. I think that's the big thing here. Your main character is so small, and especially once again, guys, I'm watching this on a 34-inch ultra wide. If you're looking at this on your phone, which gets removed, this guy would take up like only a few pixels, and it's really hard to see what's going on then. Remember that people watch your trailer not just on their big PC, but also on other platforms. So don't have things be too small. Like once again here, you could easily punch in a bit more, because all of this down here in the bottom doesn't really matter. There's this giant black void here. Doesn't really matter for the gameplay, and you're only making it hard to understand what's going on. Are we gonna get there? Yeah, the music is pretty good choice. Here we show like, oh, there's more to the game. Let's upgrade. This is good text. When I did like before we started looking at this, I just paused in a random frame and it was static text, and I was like, oh, this is not good. This is how you should do text. It's like still moving all of the time. It's doing all of that stuff really. So it's also like, it helps with explaining what's going on. The display on the Steam page is 600 pixels wide, but you can full screen it, Eddie. That's the big difference. And also you probably, if you're doing your marketing correct, you should have a 1080p trailer that you also upload to YouTube and whatever. If you can get like game trailers by IGN to upload it, but I think that's something to keep in mind. One question that I have here, I don't know why, but what is wrong with this Steam wishlist like PNG? This looks like it's been deep fried like 7 times. Like the deep fried memes. So this is just a weird one. Does it matter? Probably not, because there's still a call to action. There's still movement on the screen. They're zooming in. This is overall a pretty good one. It's just the wishlist now feels a little bit out of place, I guess is the best way I can describe it. So I would look at that. But apart from that, I think this is a pretty good start of a trailer. I think this is definitely like an 8 or something out of 10. Dobrex was saying 8.5. I think there's still some things, mainly with, like I said, the zooming in and maybe showing a bit more variety, because I feel like they're also reusing the same stages in like multiple clips. Like this is one where they're on the outpost corner, and then where is it? Like this is the same scene, and I think that's the thing. Like this is like a single. I feel like they just have one long level and that's it. And I think there's some variety missing, because all of these areas you can recognize like 3-4 times around the thing. Doesn't Steam have rules about how you are allowed to use their logos? That's a great question. I think they pretty much should have, but I can actually just take a look at it. It should be like Steam branding kit is usually what it's called. Steam branding guidelines, yeah. The thing is, often this gets ignored as well, but here is, let me make this wider. Requirements and logos, so you can download all the logo files just very easily. There's no need for you to go and be like in Google, be like, oh, give me Steam logo and they whatever. But yes, every brand almost that you're working with will have a brand kit or like a branding guideline, and it includes all of the high-res stuff, and it talks about how you should use all of it. Some of this is more for like print and whatever. I know, like I was recently looking at the Spotify brand guidelines, I think it's called, where they're like very much about like, hey, these should be the logos. This is how you should use it. Don't put it in circles. Don't overlay things on top of it. Like they go very deep. The one from Steam is pretty basic still, but download the high quality logos from here. The thing is, the wishlist now, Steam does not have a wishlist now thing basically. You have to make that yourself. We also made our own version, but I used like the Steam source logo for that as well. So that is one thing to keep in mind. Yeah, it looks like it's copied off a Twitter post. So I don't know if this was on purpose or not. Maybe they wanted to fit into the glitch theme, but it doesn't look great here. But I think overall, pretty good job on the trailer still, guys. I think this is a good one. There's some room for improvement, I think. Is this game out? Maybe that also, let me pull up my browser tab again, is an important one. If this is like, oh, the game is only coming out in like 2 months or like 2 years or whatever. What was it called? Echoes of Elpis. Echoes of Elpis. They have a Steam page, but it's not out yet. So yeah, it makes sense then. Still in development, so you're gonna be more limited on like, same with these screenshots. Yeah, they're just trailer grabs basically. Or like, yeah, probably these are just trailer grabs, honestly, to be honest. So it's fine, we're still early, but definitely I think before you go into the full release and like all of that stuff, then basically I would look into getting some more variety. Probably the developers are thinking about this already. I don't think a trailer gets denied due to branding logos, because Steam actually doesn't really care what you do for your trailer, I think. At least not in terms of the branding. I would be shocked if they watched through the entire trailer in their approval process. I think you need to have one to launch, but even then, like you can push updates and you can push like some porn stuff and whatever. So I don't think they care too much about the branding logo. Steam is a pretty chill reviewer at the end of the day. Sony, for example, like PlayStation, Microsoft, Nintendo, they care. Especially also things like ESRB and all of those, they care as well. So you need to watch out for those. But Steam, it's all right. It's not the most critical, basically. With that said, guys, I have a special announcement to make. We're currently at 50 viewers. We also reached a milestone on Twitch recently, and you can use Handbrake to re-encode it if you need to make it smaller. That's not really the point, I feel. If you want to support us, we have a new way for you to support us, and it doesn't even cost you anything. I'm going to explain to you how, and it makes me really happy. It makes Thomas really happy. Actually, there's a good question. Is Twitch linked down below of this stream? I hope it is. If not, Thomas, can you like do... Oh no, I think I did this. Can I do this? I'll see. We're on Twitch as well, and we have Prime subs now. So if you have Amazon Prime, and you're like, hey, I want to help these Bite Me Bros, but I'm not really a Twitch boy. You usually just watch on YouTube. If you want to help us out, head on over to Twitch and use your Prime sub. If it's linked and you're not watching anyone else, you're not supporting anyone else, there should be a subscribe button below, like, should be like, oh, I'd go out of frame, but basically there where I'm pointing. And if you click it, there's like a checkbox of like, use your Prime sub. We get like a few bucks for free. I think you'll get like ad-free viewing and you get some extra badges on Twitch. It's a Thomas thing, but it helps us a lot. So if you want to do that, thank you for that. I'll probably give another shout out during the stream, but hey, we're getting there. We're gonna keep doing these streams, so it's interesting. I don't think I have notifications working because once again we had some stream issues. But one person subbed. Normally your name would show up like over there. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. So I have no idea. But thank you whoever just joined us as a subscriber as well. It helps. Everything is like €2 or something, but it works. Okay, Thomas is, I think, manually thanking people for when they join. So that's perfect. Let's get back to actually reviewing trailers once I drink a little bit more water. I hope everyone's having a good evening. That's what streamers say, right? You just build parasocial relationships and then one day they walk up to your house and they threaten to like burn the place to the ground or something. That's the goal here. Once again, I'll shut up now and let's take a look at this trailer. Oh, that was very abrupt ending, but okay. This is a trailer where I can't hate on it, but I also don't know if I love it. I think the big issue, I think we had this with the Jelly Fellers was the previous stream trailer. It's like the art style is the thing probably that's holding this trailer back the most. Because it's still very much the low poly without any post-processing, any shading, but that's unrelated to the trailer, I guess, in a certain degree. I think the trailer edit is actually really good for the most part. I think there are like a few weird, like here, for example, you have a few frames for the bottom. I would expect this to basically line up the entire way. Like if you would just have done this, I think it would have looked better, but whatever. I have no idea what the game is, but it makes me feel happy. Yeah, it has very zen vibes and it's just like happy bees walking around. You see them be bounced. It seems to be like a tech tree of all the different things you can do. And like, I think it's like an automation kind of sim, maybe? Proto Garden. It's honestly looks pretty good. Also, I just realized something. Oh, how am I gonna find this? Okay, there's no way I'm finding this. Never mind. I just recognized the logo from somewhere. Feels like a backroom game, but it's pretty cute. I don't know if it's a backroom game, but I think the big issue with this trailer is just post-processing. I think is the big one. I think this is a bit of a long scene. How long is this? This is long. Take a look. Starts at 2:12 and it goes, okay, no, it goes for 4 seconds. That's honestly not too bad. It's just in the grand scheme, if a trailer is only 32 seconds, it's pretty short. You show the tech tree, you show different things. Like this trailer has a lot more color variety than the previous one, which is good because it doesn't feel like you're repurposing trailers. You show, or like repurposing scenes, you're showing a lot of different things at the same time. Like also, once again, you fake some, not fake, but you make some extra trailers. Yeah. I think, yeah, it's just the art style. I think this could work. I feel like looking at this, it's a bit of a niche game, but I think it's not bad for being that. The bees are synced to the music. Wishlist on Steam, it's good. There's a call to action. There's movement at the end screen. So honestly, I think technically there's not much wrong with the trailer from an editing perspective. Could it be more hype? Maybe, but here, the thing is, this is not a hype game. Like if you put some epic orchestral drums in, yeah, every trailer is better with epic orchestral drums, but it wouldn't work with this vibe of game, this style of game, and I think the music choice is also pretty good here. So honestly, it feels weird to do this because the previous game, it like looks a lot better, but their trailer isn't really as good, I feel. So I'm also gonna give this an 8 out of 10 because the biggest thing holding it back is just the game's visuals basically, but probably the developers have heard that enough that like, oh, the visuals aren't good enough. I'm sorry if that's the case, developers, I know the pain, but I think from whoever made the trailer, they're doing pretty well. I need to go on a quick side quest. I need to find out something because I am too interested now. Okay, no, it's a different bee. Never mind. Okay, so yeah, a little bit of an abrupt one. You could probably put like a little cross dissolve on this. Let's just do that, see how that goes. An exponential fade. So basically what this does is it just makes it a little bit less abrupt when you... Okay, yeah, still a bit abrupt, but you get the feel. This is something I would do. Yeah, I would recommend looking at smaller games where like the automation game. I feel like that is here though as well. Like it expands and it gets out of hand. So they're definitely doing that where it's like evolving. Atrium, I don't know how to say your name, I'm sorry. But I think that is the opening shot does that. It's like, oh, you start very small and maybe they could have more time lapses. But once again, it's probably a thing of like, this is not their release trailer. This is like their announcement trailer most likely. If there's even like a Steam page for this one, I'm not sure. Proto Garden, let's take a look. Proto Garden. Okay, oh, they even have a demo. And some bees. Oh, wait. This game looks different. Okay, this is not... Okay, no, it's just maybe like an overview screen because you have also the zoom in on the bees. I think, yeah, maybe showcasing a little bit more of the crazy shots could definitely work. Oh, it's still coming out. Oh, yeah, it's been updated pretty recently. Yeah, I think, yeah, the trailer could probably be a bit more dramatic. If you look at how much you have in the screenshots, like, I think these, if you can get video footage of this, would be even better. I think maybe that's actually a good point. I'm gonna deduct you some points now because I talked about this in the Icaria trailer. There's no UI here. And now you just ruined my fate because I'm like, okay, sure, this is maybe not the game, but I feel like you should show at least some UI at some point. I think this one has that missing a little bit. Like here you show some UI, but I guess like I wouldn't have expected this, like this UI, if I just looked, let me put it here, if I just looked at what you did in the trailer. So this is a bit more meh that I feel about it. So I would definitely see if you can incorporate something like this. Probably also has some movement. See if you can at least put it in there because this is what's going to show like, hey, this is actually going to be what you'll be playing. So yeah, I'll give you a 7.5. 7.5. Not too bad. So let's keep going because we have a lot more left. This is a VR game, backyard bocce, called Petanque in where I live. So let's take a look at this one. Oh, it starts with a logo. Spicy. Was that their cold open? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna play the entire thing and then I'll go through it. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. Okay, this is a game. I love. Also, guys, I don't know where is Bocce or however you say it, Bocce. Where is it from? Because is it like where did they play this? Because we call it, or maybe yeah, we just call it pétanque here. So that's why I'm confused. Maybe I never heard about the concept Bocce. The music is extremely dramatic, but maybe that brings me to the first point. I talked about this before. I don't know if you can see this, but wait, is it here? Yeah, I'm not gonna move this because it's gonna make you guys deaf. But this is the volume that it comes with. Like if you just look at the trailer, or like you don't do it edited like I'm doing now, it's very wide here, the waveform. And I've talked about this before. What this means is that their audio is too loud. Like they have banging music, but the banging music is just too loud really, and this causes clipping. Where if you watched yesterday's stream, you may have noticed that Thomas's audio was kind of shit because he had the same problem. He was like too close to his microphone, which means that every time he spoke, he went louder than that like the sound system basically can manage. And then you go over that waveform and you start clipping and you don't really have as good of an audio quality anymore. Because I put it back down again, it doesn't sound as bad. Oh, let's not do this. This would make me deaf. I need to do minus like 32 or something. What are we at now? Yeah, okay, let's put it up by 4 again. This opening, you know how I feel about these openings, but especially this sounds like a Ford F-150 commercial opening. If there's any Americans in chat, you may know what I mean, but it's like, you know, this is not the music I would expect for a like chill family, like old people game. This is like the all new Ford F-150 is built for fishing or whatever. And that's it, like a very short thing. So I don't think this is a good match. Also, it's another 3 and a bit seconds that don't really fit. I think this is from like Fiverr, because if you look at like Fiverr editing, this is generally what they do. It's like just throw a bunch of effects on it. It's like the fire, the anime lines, you have the lightning, all of that stuff. I think it's a bit weird to do this. Would I get rid of it though? Because their cold open also isn't the strongest. Also, do they have artifacting or is it just me? No, it's just me it seems. They don't have artifacted frames. And also because the music is so different, I feel like it doesn't fit together basically. So I would get rid of it. And you have the shots, you show the game. I think this is a bad opening shot because you're from behind the character, which means that you don't see as much of the depth. I think a shot like this, you show two axes at the same time basically. You see like going forward and sideways as well. It's giving much better depth perception than just going behind. So I would maybe have gone for this frame first and cut it a little bit shorter. Did they match the beat though? Oh, they did. The moment the beat drops, the balls hit each other. So there's gonna be a lot of these nuts jokes I feel in this trailer. But the music feels so extreme. I don't know if the music is an ideal match, but it's music. Also, it's a VR game, which always means that quality is gonna be worse because you're like recording this through the Quest's built-in thing, because this is a Meta Quest game. there's just less processing power, so things like shadows can't go as in depth. So keep that in mind. That's just also one of the struggles of VR games. The font, this is how you don't do text. Also, yeah, no. And then you have the little bit of the font banger. Yeah, the font is bad. The coloring, the stroke, I wouldn't do that. Also, when you say play anywhere, I feel like this is not a good visualization. Of course, right now the hype, if you have development for Quest or whatever, is mixed reality. Take any VR game and make it so that I can go outside, touch grass, put on my headset, live in a dystopian world and play VR Bocce that way. But with play anywhere here, I feel like it's a little bit weird. Is the developer in here? Someone's like, your trailer is getting roasted, boy. I don't know, it's not being roasted, honestly. I think it's still all right. It's a lot of small mistakes. Things like the font also, and then suddenly here you have this very short text, which is like in-game. And then Pauline throws the ball, which is okay. The realistic physics, you're showcasing it, but is this like the best way to showcase? Like, yeah, it rolls off, but I don't know. Once again, same problem. I wouldn't do shots where the camera is in line straight with the target and the person throwing it, because you don't have as much depth, but it's details. Okay. Unlock secret balls, or read it again. Unlock secret balls. My God, these balls are wrong. I get what they mean, but also, what is this font? This is suddenly white with a red outline and a small white stroke. And then what was it here? This is just red with white outlines. Why is it not consistent? And then once again, you have the new ball unlocked, which is in game. And then you put this over top of it, unlocked secret balls. Yeah, unlock these balls. Guys, we're all adults here, right? Remember? Music feels doesn't really match the pacing of the trailer. Yeah, I think the shots they use are actually good. I think they just use the shots a little bit too long for each like part of the trailer. Is the thing, like, how long is this physics one? Let's take a look. It ends here at 20 and it starts here. It's a little bit over 5 seconds where they just show a ball rolling basically with some text over it, which isn't really the best, I think. Like, overall, the music choice isn't really bad. Oh, my keyboard. Oh, you can hear my keyboard, right? I'll try not to type too much. It's a $29 AliExpress one. It's beautiful. It's a really nice one, but it's very chunky. Yeah, without text or having just the in-game text. Unlock the secret balls. And then you see this, like, I'm doing this in full display. So it's not just a stream, guys. This is really badly readable, like Coconut Island. But like, especially if you put it on top, like the text, put it on top of the area. Yeah, it looks low res. Like I said, though, the problem is you're recording this in VR, which always is going to have some struggles. There are like workarounds where you can record at like a higher resolution, but it's not super easy to do. So I understand that, but like probably just zoom in more or something then at that point, where you like just physically stand closer to the menu. You can probably figure a way out for that. Oh, look at these nuts though, these coconuts. It is the same shots. Oh, it's the same angle but different person, and they're doing like cool dance, which is like all right. Multiple levels, you did not need to put text for this. You should do that as like a little montage where you go through everything. And what else? Yeah, what inside. But this is once again the multiple levels. This is good. You did not need to overlay text, I think. And then once again, why this font is different? This coloring system is different. Why? Why? Like, you have such a good logo, and then you ruin it with this. With the yeah, level showcase should be in the first 15 seconds. Yeah, I think the first 15 seconds needs to be much shorter edit-wise, or like the clip should be like half length and just show more. Maybe even like a very cool shot you could probably do is, but I don't know how easy it is to replicate. Probably not that hard. Let me see. Where do they play in a different environment? Like, have a shot where there's like another, or like where you're in this point of view and you throw the ball, and then you like, whilst the ball is in air, you just do like a very quick showcase of multiple places where you can do, and then the ball hits ground and it's like another level. And I would see if you could replicate something like that, where in like 4 seconds, you can show like 7 stages or something, which would be really good to put it at the front. Whereas right now, in your selling proposition, you're basically saying, buy this game because we have secret balls. And also by the end, what we also have, but it's not as interesting as the secret balls because that's what more people will see, then we will talk about the fact that there are multiple levels. I think maybe I'm gonna expose ourselves, but you know, Thomas is not here to stop me. I think an interesting one to pull up is if I'm gonna take a look at our trailer. These are our live stats, the Forge Industry trailer. Let's look at the analytics, and then I think it's engagement. Okay, so this is a video and this is a retention graph. I think this is not the best, but this is also not the worst. This is something where you can expect it. And what you see here is that, okay, at 20 seconds, half the people have dropped. And like in 3 seconds, 30% has dropped already. This is for the Forge Industry trailer. It's a pretty short, small sample size, but this is generally how it goes. And then the longer you go, the less people watch. So here you can see, oh, call to action starts, only 25% watch the actual full video. But right now you're telling, let's say 50% of your audience that still clicked on the video and is still watching, you're telling them, buy this game because we have these nuts that you can unlock and you can throw coconuts. And then only 35% of your audience will actually reach the point where they can see, okay, I also have all of these multiple levels. And then you need to think yourself, okay, what is going to keep a viewer more engaged? The fact that I have different balls and I can play anywhere, whatever that may be, versus, hey, there's multiple stages, there's different physics, all of that stuff. Put the important stuff up first because that's where most people understand. And the more interesting stuff you put at the beginning of your trailer, the longer they're going to keep watching, basically. That's what it comes down to. So this was my little side rant. Get your fonts together, please. Like, please. This is a good shot. Like, these are nice shots, I think. The problem is just they're at like, this is a 1.5 minute trailer. Yeah, we started 3 and it goes up to, okay, it's like a little bit over a minute. But basically, the font ruins it. I think, yeah, the environment and things like that is good. Also, why do I, oh no, there's just no sound here anymore. Okay. Like, why is there, this is once again, like, why is the MetaQuest logo just like the PNG, but you saved the PNG as a .jpeg. So suddenly it's like white. I don't know. There's things you can do. Off with the shirt, no, lost 50. Stop being horny. Get Patreon. If you get Patreon, I'll take off the shirt. Just for you. And then, yeah, like this is a war crime, this font. They say people skip through trailers. Yeah, people skip through trailers on Steam. That's right. Like, I think Chris Zukowski also did an example of it. Let's pull up our store page, or I can actually just look at it from here. So I don't need to type as much on my... Does this link still work? Now we're gonna find out. Yeah, it does. So how do they watch like the trailers? Let me just mute this. It's like, okay, we'll look at this, whatever. And then they click through and it's like, oh, here, there's actual gameplay. And then, okay, this looks boring. This looks okay. And then maybe if you're lucky, they'll go to the end as well. That's generally how people watch the trailer. But there's the assumption that the important stuff is still at the front of the trailer, not at the back. Once again, the only time where you can put stuff at the back is if you know you have a captive audience. So if you're doing Summer Games Fest or whatever, then yeah, you can, it doesn't really matter where you put everything because people can't tune out because they're stuck there looking at the stream. But if you have a Summer Games Fest spot, I don't think you're watching Bite Me Games, to be honest. I hope I can teach you some stuff, but I think realistically that's not really how it's gonna work. So yeah, look again at the fonts. I think is a big one. Look at the pacing. The fonts are just so atrocious. They really pull down the rest of the trailer, if you ask me. See if you can make the pacing. Of course, yeah. It's a game where you just throw balls at the end of the day. Like, how interesting can you make it? Depends on what the balls are, of course. They can be secret, whichever that may be. But I think you need to do a little bit more to make it look better, really. I think I I would give it so many puns to do here. I would give this like 6 out of 10 maybe, or a 5.5. Like, get rid of this. Get rid of this. Oh, this is so like Fiverr. I'm gonna do video editing for you, and that's it. I would get rid of this. Like I said, I'll do Ford F-150 or like I'm a manly man stuff. So yeah, I think is this game out also? Let's take a look. Backyard Bocce VR. Or actually, I don't think it's on Steam. No, it's only on MetaQuest. Oof, I have serious doubts about that because VR is not doing great as a platform. But yeah, sure. Let's go to the next one then, I guess. Reclaim the Sea. How many do we have left? Okay, we still have a bunch to go. 1.5 sales. I don't know if it's gonna have half sales, but yeah, only the Meta platform. Also, side note, once again, I was talking about this earlier today with someone who was looking into like, oh, should I go into VR? If you want to make a game for the MetaQuest, there are 2 ways that it works. There's the way where you have guaranteed success, and there's the way where you have guaranteed failure. How do you get guaranteed success? By smooching up with the Meta people and becoming like part of their, like getting picked up. Basically, they're not like a publisher, but they can guarantee you a spot on like the official Meta store page. And also like they put you in like the advertisement and things like that. And if you have that, you're set basically. But if you do not have a game that is part of that like official selection, where you didn't get the publishing, so to say, where you didn't get in contact with the right people, you're stuck on what is called, I think, the Meta App Lab. I'm sorry, keyboard people, for hearing that. Basically, yeah, here, introducing App Lab, this is not new anymore. But if you don't have, okay, yeah, it's quite old now. This is basically, there's the Epic Game Store, and then you have Steam. And Steam is like the official one from, well, not Steam, but basically take it analogy to this. So AppLab is the Epic Game Store for VR, and then the official platform from MetaQuest, the Meta Store or whatever, that is the Steam one. And if you can get on the top one by talking to actual people at Meta and just getting lucky at the end of the day, then you're fine. But otherwise, yeah, it's gonna be really hard to sell. So I don't know how I got on this tangent, but yeah, basically that's it. Let's take another look. Okay, we've got a 2D game this time, so should be interesting. Let's take a look at the entire stuff once again. Not just the music, guys, sound effects as well. All right, the General Late said it. Pacing is too slow. I think this game looks honestly like it has a good style. I think like visually it's okay, but especially like if you look at the beginning, I think it's like, this is a near continuous, oh no, it switches. So it's 8 seconds and then another 8 seconds basically between 2 scenes, which is too slow for the start of your trailer. Because once again, oh, I forgot, I think I closed it already. No, I didn't. Once again, remember guys, 8 seconds, engagement, where is it here? If we're 8 seconds in, bam, we're at 60% viewers left. And I think for this trailer, because it's not even switching, it's not even showing that much, it would be more. I think you'd lose 50% at this point of the trailer. Once again, you guys are stuck with me. Is it like faster than light with pirate ships instead of spaceships? That's not the vibe that I got here. I don't think this is like a roguelite. Is this a roguelite? I think, no, I think this is more story-based because there's like the make game-changing decisions and, or maybe, yeah, could be like an FTL. Things that I want to shout out. Okay, visual style is good. Okay, people are like, it looks like FTL. It's been like 10 years since I've played it, so could be Rouge-like. No, that's not how we call it here. But especially the sound effects, I think, make this trailer also really good. Like you don't notice maybe immediately, but like all of the impacts, the explosions, they're really solid if you ask me. The text also, once again, so this trailer has text, and this is like the in-between, where the first trailer we looked at was like super edited, super stylized. That was like the best way to do it. Here, it's still stylized, but it's not like animated. But I think this is acceptable. I think I would make it a little bit smaller though, in general, because this takes up a lot of, especially horizontal space. I would maybe scroll down, like zoom out a little bit. And yeah, it just goes too slow, I think. Like, these are very cool shots, especially this one, because this is not like a traditional pirate ship. So this is like, oh, something cool must be happening later on. So I would put this shot maybe earlier to showcase like, hey, there's a lot of different kinds of ships. But the combat is too slow. I think, honestly, this is one of those games. Are we gonna do it? Yeah, we're gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna increase the trailer speed by, let's say, 125%. Let's see how this game feels now. Tell me this does not look better. I think I could even pump this up to 150. And the trailer has much better pacing already. Let's see, 150%. So yeah, I don't know guys what you think of this, but this is a trailer sped up 50%, which is not an insignificant amount at this point. And I feel like the game looks more interesting to me now personally. Am I maybe a TikTok brained guy? Who knows, but I'm curious what you think as well. I think this is just a general tip I have. If you're like, hey, I'm working on my game, but I don't know if it feels really good, like record some gameplay footage of you like playing it and then speed it up by 2x at least. And then be like, hey, what are the vibes with this? How is it going? I think that's a good one to see because we had something like this with Forge Industry where we had the option to speed up the game. And by default, would I actually speed up the footage? I would actually speed up the footage. I think in general, this game is too slow. Like if you look at how fast the cannonballs also go, I think it's too slow. Yeah, the gameplay in general. So that's what I want to go for. I think trailers can be a really good point to realize, hey, my game is actually too slow because you look back at your game and if you speed it up by 2x, like usually it's not as easy to increase your game speed by 2x. It's not just where you can be like, hey, game speed equals 2 now. In Forge Industry, we had like this system where you could speed up the game. And we very quickly realized that nobody of our team was playing at like 1x or even 2x speed. Everyone was going at 4x speed. And that's when we're like, okay, actually, we're better off most likely just making 4x the 1x speed. And then if you could 2x the game, it went to 8x. So I think definitely this is not trailer related, but speed up your games. And more I think there's a pretty popular video also actually. Here I go again with the ASMR. Actually, let me pull this on a second display before I get cancelled. I think it's from GMTK, speed up game. No, it's from Tie Roller. I think. Yes, here. So here, how to make your game 2 times as fun by Jonas Tie Roller. And the point of this video is basically just speed up your game by 2 times and the game will be 2 times as fun. So general tip to consider. Anyways, okay, text-wise, I think it's okay. I think still, even if you would speed up the full-on gameplay, I would do the cuts a little bit faster as well, but it wouldn't be as dramatic. I would put the upgrading, I would put this earlier, because this is where you show like, hey, this is gonna be like FTL. And it's not just going to be like, right now I feel like, hey, this could just as well be an arcade game that you have no idea. Ship Warfare isn't known for its fast pace. I think speeding up a bit was the trailer. It depends on the game. I mean, Ship Warfare, the thing is, cannons, these are very slow cannonballs. And the question is also, do you want to balance realism with fun? You can go a lot. I'm not a game designer. Who the fuck am I? This is what I would do personally. I would see if I could speed up the game a bit. I would also see to put this, like increase the power with new weapons, put this earlier. You have more devices, because this is going to be core of your gameplay. Like, okay, yeah, you're going to be shooting things, but especially here with the upgrade system and all of that, making your own custom ships probably, because we've seen so many ships throughout the trailer, but I don't think there's actually any point explained how you get certain ships. Why do you have a raft here? Why do you have some magical starship here, basically? I think that is a bit missing from the trailer, and having these expansions earlier in the trailer could be an interesting one to showcase that. Choose your path wisely. I think this one, where the story stuff, it's rough. Or like, it's hard to do this well. That's the problem, because it's very small text. Once again, guys, looks decent on the monitor, looks tiny on my little shitty phone. So then nobody can read that. It's very small. I need to shut down my Discord. Quit Discord. Problem solved. I would zoom that in. By 64, yeah, save the world or die trying. Yeah, I think in general, all of the scenes they have are good. I think I would just restructure the scenes that they have, put them in different places in the trailer, and then also I would still see if you could speed up the game in general, honestly. I think that could be an interesting one. Is this game out yet? Reclaim the Sea. Let's take a look-see. Where are we? Here we are. Reclaim the Sea. Okay, it's not out yet. When is it gonna come out? 2024 at some point. Looks to be from French developers. Okay, but capsule art is good, and they just reuse the capsule art here, but honestly, it's fine. There's no movement here, which is a bit sad, but I can live with it, I guess. There's movement. No, there's like a little bit of movement from the fade in. They could do a little bit more here. And they also have different music, but I think that doesn't really matter. Like, you finish at disconnected. Did my internet die? Oh, I'm back. Am I back? Yeah, okay. I don't know why my OBS is just like, it ended. Guys, you can hear me, right? Someone please say something. Okay, I'm back. I don't know how long I was gone. Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. I think that's gonna be what I'm gonna go for. Yeah, for some seconds. Well, could have been worse. I didn't really say much. I just got the pop-up and I stopped. Internet 7 out of 10. I have a very unique internet setup. I do not have an internet subscription at the place that I live here. So I'm using a like wireless connection over a street, basically. It's wild, but yeah, Belgian internet also just sucks in general. So it happens. 7 out of 10 trailer. I think it's pretty good. I think with some reform. No, we're not gonna do it times 4 or whatever. The speed. That's the hotel Wi-Fi from across the street. It's kind of. We'll see. Okay, into Samomor. Let's do that one then. Into Samomor. Start strong. What is this game? Okay, I have questions. I don't know what I watched, but it was good. That's all I know. I think this is a good trailer. The pacing is very fast. So I think that one is solid 10 out of 10 trailer, like pacing wise. What are the highlights? Like this scene is so beautiful. It's like, oh, this is a normal person. Oh, let me shoot the fuck out of him with a bow. And this is like a good point. It's like, okay, I want to keep going because I have no clue what's going on. So I need to see what's going on basically. The text, someone here is like, hey, the text doesn't need it. I think it could still use it because it is a little bit of a weird ass game. But the text is stylized, it's animated, it's good. So I would do that. Why do you kill everyone? It's just such a unique game. But it shows a lot of the action, it's fast paced. The music is like a little bit wonky or like mysterious as well. You show like more of the game, you have a little doggo. There was this one shot, oh this is a shot that I love. This is like Giga Brain. To show like different versions of the same ability. You have like them come in from all the different sides. I think that's really solid. There's like always movement, there's crazy editing going on here. I think this is a really good one. Okay, good call to action. So here, once again, I want to just, oh, my mouse just, oh no, my mouse is back. We're getting here. Fonts are getting better and better. Yeah, compared to the Bocce game, this is much better. And there's movement on the call to action screen. It's a good call to action screen. It's like the animated text and everything. This is a good trailer, guys. This is objectively one of the best trailers I've seen, I think, in these like trailer review things. I think we're currently at, what is this? Like, yeah, I think this is like a 9 out. What would make this better? Maybe, yeah, doing something with the text. Though I think the text needs to be done. I think maybe I would actually like tone it down a little bit in how much is going, because once again, I don't know what this game is. And if your goal is like, hey, maybe people go and look at what this is, that can work. What is it called? Into Samomor. Begin to disappear. Okay, I have no clue what this game is supposed to be, but it looks good. Or like it, if you, I just took like a screenshot of this game like somewhere here, and this was not what I expected from that one thing. A good first picture. Are we talking about the Steam page? I guess so. What's the first picture? Oh, this one. Yeah, this is a good first picture. I think capsule also is pretty good. Art is pretty good in general. English, Vietnamese, and Spanish. I guess this is a multi-country studio, but I think they're doing really solid. Yeah, I think, yeah, okay, I'm not the only one. This gave me Undertale vibes as well, with like how whack certain parts are, but how it like still, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but basically, yeah, little Undertale vibes. I thought it, but I was like, hey, maybe I'm gonna say something dumb. Capsule art makes it look less disturbing. I think the capsule art still works though. I think, okay, side tangent, if I would do the capsule art, I would just make the logo and the guy a little bit better and like just zoom those parts in as well. Yeah, text dialogue boxes. Yeah, and like the art style and things like that do give some Undertale vibes. But yeah. Yeah, no, I think there's not much bad I can say about this. It's a good trailer. So, Hendrix Games. Call to, if you want to do a logo, guys, put it at the bottom or like at the end. If it really makes your ego happy, always put it at the end. And yeah, with that, yeah, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, I don't know. Like, giving it a 10 out of 10 feels weird because, you know, what is a 10 out of 10? Hades is a 10 out of 10, but this is probably like, this is a Bite Me Games level 10 out of 10. If you're a Bite Me Games viewer, this is a good trailer. Yeah, it's what it comes down to. Okay, whew, I need to drink some water here. This is always like me just talking for 2 hours non-stop. And it always kills my throat. What's the best looking game so far from the trailers? Which ones do you like the most? I'm interested. Let's do some viewer interaction or however it works. Anyone? No. Chat is quiet today. Twitch Boys is also very silent today, even though we have 15 viewers, which surprises me. Welcome, Twitch Boys, but you're not saying much. VR game easy? I guess we're talking about just the game itself then, and not... Yeah, I think this one was a good one that people were looking at and like, okay, this looks good. Like the... Thomas, I don't get notifications of the subs. That's your job. Shut the fuck up. We're working, but watching feels okay, man. Poor Dowie Dev. Well, I'm stopping you from working. Yeah, Samomor, pretty good. I guess the dot means this directory. But yeah, all right. Let's get to the next one. Unknown Darkness announcement trailer. So announcement trailer, once again, keep this in mind. This is early in development. There's not gonna be crazy amounts of gameplay probably. Yeah, hi Joss AB. Yeah, you're probably gonna be a little bit too late. What do you mean I missed another sub? I have no clue what you're talking about. But anyways, I'll quickly plug it again, guys. If you have a Twitch Prime subscription, not Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime, you're a true American and you want everything delivered to your door in 48 hours or less, and you want to support us, then head on over to our Twitch, which is linked in the description of this video normally, and if not, yell at me and I'll give you a link for it. And there's a button on our Twitch called the subscribe button. And if you click that, it's like use a free sub and use your Prime sub. It's completely free for you. We get some money. It just helps us. It makes sure that I can eat at the end of the day. Because these videos, like these trailer reviews, I don't actually earn money from these basically because we get copyright strike the moment the trailer is done, or like not strike, but claimed. Because people use like Final Fantasy music for their trailers or other copyrighted like music. Don't do that. That's not the great thing. But basically, yeah, head on over to our Twitch, hit the subscribe, do the Prime sub. We're working on more emotes. They're not there yet, but Twitch Prime members are going to get not Twitch Prime, just Twitch members are going to get the emotes and things like that. So we'll get there. Thanks for the support. Let's go and to look at the next trailer. This is gonna be too quiet for you guys, I think.
The Great War ended, and the horrors evoked with it. 20 million deaths attested that the gates of hell had opened. And now it seemed that the war that would end all wars had finally closed those gates forever. But we were wrong. While humanity celebrated the victory, while Germany was insulted in the Treaty of Versailles, a new hidden war began. Human beings are not prepared to understand these horrors, but the few of us are their shield against the pure evil that comes from beyond the stars, beyond our plane of existence. But knowing their secrets, powers, artifacts, and mysteries hidden in old manuscripts gives us the tools to fight against the dark forces that inhabit. The unknown darkness.
Okay, what should I do with that information? Unknown darkness? Yeah. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna put this louder because I think it was still too quiet. This is the problem, all these trailers are different. Issue number 1, don't do these old-timey, whatever. The trailer only starts here, really, 4.5 seconds later. The first thoughts that I have is, all of the budget went to the intro animation, and only then we're like, oh yeah, by the way, we need to show the game. So what is this? Like the first 50 seconds of the trailer is just building up the story with like this art and talking about it. And it's like, cool, where's the game? Yeah, also needs captions, very important. Because let me see if I can bump the volume up a little bit more.
The Great War ended, and the horrors evoked with it.
Like there's a, I would guess, Eastern European accent, dialect. Like it's not the most like American announcer English, basically, which fits the vibe probably because they want to go for like anything dystopian, in which case, yeah, go for Eastern European because it's depressing as shit. But add subtitles is a really important one. Last trailer feedback stream, we had another one with voiceovers. They had subtitles. It helps a lot. Also with you guys, maybe not everyone can hear what the trailer was saying. So yeah, I don't know what much I can say about the intro though, honestly. Like the art, like, yeah, it's an art style. It's the same art style as the game, which I like. Like, it's good already. They didn't like pull a debate on us. But yeah, this, I don't know if this is like an announcement trailer or like more of a story trailer. But the gameplay comes too late. Or if you do this, you should have a shortened version that is like gameplay within the first 10 seconds. Also, it feels like you're saying this for the joke almost, like actual in-game footage exclamation marks. Like, oh my god, guys, they actually put gameplay footage in the trailer. Yeah, indeed, game trailer and game teaser should be split, indeed. That's the thing, if you have these longer trailers with a lot of story or whatever, first, ideally don't do it. I think Derek Lua made a video about it kind of recently. I think, is he still making trailer stuff? If you like trailer stuff, Derek Lua is the guy to be. Or has he? Oh no, he stopped again. But basically here, why backstory and lore make bad story trailers. Watch this if you want to talk about like your game story, basically. It's a good video. It talks about it all, how it works. So that is something to keep in mind there. What else do we have? Okay, so we have actual gameplay footage. It's not really riveting, is it? How much is it? It's like... I'm lost again. Ugh. But I have internet. I can see my messages come in, but it just dies. Why? I know, guys. I'm sorry. Hi, no F. We'll get there. You should be back. I should be back. Oh man, this is awkward. I'm a pro streamer. Oh, hi there. Oh, hi, Mark. What was I doing? Oh, I was shitting on this game and how the trailer doesn't have much gameplay. Let's get back to that. Yeah, I don't know. It's not bad, but it's too late once again. We're 50 seconds in. I've just had to look at this Eldritch Cat thing for like 10 seconds, which, like, while listening to an...
But knowing their secrets, powers, artifacts, and mysteries hidden in old manuscripts.
Like, where's the game? Where's the game? Where's this? This should be further, like further in the front. So, yeah. I don't know. And then, okay, of course, I forgot to make the bingo card again. I just realized, Thomas, my dear friend Thomas, if you're watching this, remind me next time I'm doing these trailer things, I'm gonna make the bingo card with like things like opening intro, bad music, and especially with this one, no call to action.
The unknown darkness.
What do you want me to do, Unknown Darkness? Remember your name, write it out on a piece of paper? Probably not. Are you on Steam? I don't know actually, are you? Unknown Darkness. No, okay, they're not on Steam. So they have no real call to action. They have nothing to do the call to action for. If you do not have a call to action, do not make a trailer. Do not put like, okay, so maybe this is from like, I don't know, like a group of people who know each other. Probably they didn't actually pay money for this. They just had the skills themselves. But still, look at how much this trailer would have cost in like hours or in money to make. And then you waste it by not having anything. Let's say hypothetically, just throwing a number out. They spend $1,000 on making this trailer. There's no point in it because it's not going to give them anything because no one is gonna last until now, and the ones that do will not be able to do anything with the fact that, hey, you're making a game called Unknown Darkness. So really those call to actions, it sounds dumb maybe because it's just like, oh, it's just a few words. If I say, it's like similar in, if like you can be like, hey, people will find this organically, right? They'll look up Unknown Darkness. And it's like, yeah, I also have our Patreon linked in the description of every single video we do. But the days that I am like, guys, go and click the fucking Patreon link and subscribe, like the amount of people who join our Patreon go up because call to actions just work. You need to remind people and be like, hey guys, go and subscribe right now or whatever. And that's how these call to actions work. They work. We don't just put them there for funsies. They actually have meaningful impact to be like, hey, go and wishlist this game right now. So put them in there, put call to actions in there. I don't think this would do good on Reddit, I think, Eddie, because it's too long. And people on Reddit have like 4 IQ cells combined. They could not handle this. I think that's the second big problem, is that this is just too long of an intro before they get to the game. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I think this is like a 6 out of, oh, I don't want to do that. It's like a 6 out of 10 maybe? I don't know. It depends on what your goals are once again. If your goals are just to tell a story and you're actually just a student in animation who got suddenly grouped into a game dev group, yeah, then this is good. If this is a game that you actually want to sell and make money for and treat this as a commercial release, this is a bad trailer. This is not going to give you any sales, really. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll give it a 5.5 out of 10. Probably still a bit too kind, but we'll get there. We'll get there. This one, next one, Bumbleline. I think the creator is in chat. I'm very sorry though, because it's gonna be an experience. Let me put this a little bit louder. So, it's a very short one. The good news, let's start with the positives. There's a call to action. The bad news, literally everything else. What on earth is this audio? What is this? Oh, I didn't want to make it cut there. Did I do this? Or did I just... Oh no, I think... What are these sound effects? Okay, I'm just gonna cut individual parts, because also you see how this graph, this waveform, it starts like pretty low, then it goes to near 0, then it goes up again, and then here it's loud as shit. Like, keep your audio level the same the entire way. There's this concept called normalizing. Maybe I can showcase it actually. Audio game, normalize all peaks to, let's say, -10. Okay, no, it didn't do much. I forgot. Basically, there's a way to make all the sound the same. Oh, all peaks probably to, what is this? -9. Yeah. So now you see like everything gets brought up to kind of the same level more. Did you make the sound effects by just talking about it? Or like just being like, doo-doo-dum. Like this sound is bad. It just cuts off in the middle. And then it goes to you licking the microphone. And then you get this horrible buzzsaw noise. But once again, this is with normalized audio, guys. So it's a better experience for you now watching this. This is not the true experience. And okay, oh wait, this is like, what is this gameplay on? This makes me feel like a platformer, and now it's like a fighting game, but a very unique one. And then this is just plain annoying. What is this? What is the sound effect? The sound is just bad. There's no better way I can say it. Yeah, that was a boss fight. There's no fucking way that I could have guessed it was a boss fight. If those are your actual in-game sound effects, I would reconsider your in-game sound effects. Man, I feel like I'm like dunking on this guy. Someone in chat back me up, please. That this is not... Why are you really... This is acid. This is an acid trip. I kind of like it. Of course, you're the developer. Okay, someone backs me up. Also, like, okay, the art isn't Bumble and Apple. Acid trip fraud. Feels a bit like a troll trailer. Yeah. These are not things that I feel like are good. It's funny, but it's funny for the wrong thing. Like, with this art style, it could work. It could work. It's not just me hating on it because, oh, it's hand-drawn art style. Like, if you animated this call to action scene, like you made the Bumbleline text like slowly fade in and like you had some movement on there, it would be good. The sound effects, murder it. Just destroy anything of like me wanting to look at this. The moment I'm here and the sound goes from drum and bass with a kid giving voiceover to the kid licking his microphone with no sound, and then suddenly it's a buzzsaw, that's not going to be a fun experience. Maybe if I'm deaf. Let's take a look at that. Audio gain. How are we gonna do this? Adjust gain by minus. Oh, this is minus 50. I feel like the trailer makes more sense and is objectively better without sound when I look at this. I'm not joking. Maybe that's evil, but I wasn't licking this keyboard. Oh, why is the bee making a keyboard sound? The music needs, I guess the yeah and the yeps are that this is a trailer that's better to look at without sound. So yeah, whatever you're doing audio-wise, rethink every single part of it, I'd say. Oh, I don't want to make it that loud. Normalize all peaks back to minus, or let's put it minus 10. This is like a 3 out of 10, my dudes. This is bad. There's nothing more I can say. Games that play well on mushrooms should totally be a popular subgenre. Yeah, I was talking to like a developer recently, and they were like, yeah, if someone buys my game at 3 a.m. when they're stoned and bored, yeah, sure, that's a win for me. So yeah, maybe it's a subgenre, but this audio just destroys the entire trailer, really. Yeah, you will remember this one, but I don't think you'll remember it because of the reason of, hey, I want to play this game. So, yeah. I'm curious, Akai, you can see it, itch.io, pull up the dashboard like tomorrow and see how many people gave it a spin and gave you some like downloads, installs, and pieces of feedback. Could be interesting, but it's a great trailer. If the game is free, probably the game will be, yeah, nobody would buy this. If it's just on itch.io, it's like some game jam game or whatever, it's fine. If this is like, oh, I rushed out the trailer in a day. So yeah, I'll see how many browser plays. I guess it's free then. I'm very curious. But I think if you want to put this shit on Steam, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not good. Okay. Okay. We're halfway. Oh, no fucking way. I have a meeting in an hour, guys. Oh, I want to go through them all. Okay. Let's just keep going. Oh yeah, this one. This one is going to be pretty meh. Okay, let's speed run through this because I still have a lot of trailers to go. What do I not like? Step 1, AI generated. I think this is AI generated. Whatever it is, this is not a good shot to open your game with. Yeah, okay, people are with me. The high-risk marbles between mechanics, yeah, it's marble. Yeah, this is what you have with AI generated. It doesn't make sense what you're doing. A very different art style. Also first, what is this? Okay, no, first, second or so, that's all right. It's this, and then it suddenly transforms into this. It's not really great. Visuals of the game are whatever. It's a claw machine game. That's the 2D one. I forgot the name. The dungeon claw game. You have the different angles, which is fine. Music, horrible choice for this style of game. Why did you go for the random orchestral music? It does not fit the vibe here at all. You want something like synthwavy, 80s genre, like whatever. Don't do this. Also, don't do the text with the same image. Yeah, this is like Avengers Endgame level music. You do not need it for a soundtrack called trailer music. Yeah, faster cuts. This is okay. Like these shots in a row, you showcase different environments. This is honestly not that bad, but it's the in-between ones. Where is it? Like this one, it's not good. You can just showcase like, hey, you can get laser pointers. Probably what would make sense here is because you have this shop system later on. Okay, it seems like it's hidden, but you're like selling stuff. So maybe instead of writing need some help, show the UI of like you buying the laser pointer attachment or whatever, and then you just go to this scene. You don't have the text. Don't do the text. Don't reuse that same image because it's a horrible image. Someone in chat was also, put the bomb earlier, the bomb looks like fun. I think that's a valid point. I think if you can put that one earlier, it can help. This is too slow. This is not riveting gameplay. Yeah, you feel like the laser pointer defeats the purpose of the game. Yeah, it's like an upgrade, I would guess. Like this is too slow of a UI. This is not core gameplay. I do not think this is an idle game though. But I think, yeah, the music, it's the thing. And you have this little fail montage with in idea, I like. But it just cuts off so abruptly. This is when people are, side rant, people are like, oh, I will just let AI make my game. And then you get stuff like this where, oh, look at these icons. All of these icons are AI generated because they don't fit together for shit. It's like, what is this supposed to be a laser pointer? What are these coins? They're different styles. Get an asset pack, guys. It's gonna be better. It's just better. Don't go for AI. No. Okay, Claw Machine Conqueror wishlist on Steam. I'm so fucking done with this AI generated image as well. Get rid of it. Wishlist on Steam. The blue text on a blue background makes readability pretty low. Put the Steam logo there. Put a wishlist on Steam in white or something. Tie it more to the music. This is a 4 out of 10 trailer. I don't want to keep going on this. The UI, nobody cares about the UI, that you just click a whole bunch to go to maximum triple chance. Get rid of that. Change the music. The music does not fit the style of game. Yeah, I think I've said what I want to say about this. I have thoughts. And this is not just me hating AI. This just objectively looks bad, guys. Back me up on it. It's like, I think AI has its use cases, but it's not this yet, at least. Okay, next up, Glitch Guys. Oh, is this just the credits?
Creatures of the night, arise and confront the intruder.
Let me speed this up. Why is this so long? There's no need for this. I guess this is like a school project.
Wait, the door? I knew I should have hired better contractors.
Okay. Okay, they used... Okay, whatever. I think... sound effect by Microsoft. Okay, I think I can just get rid of anything paused here. Let's just do that. No point in that. It's not part of the trailer. Is there a jump scare at the end? Yeah, kinda. It's this little boo. Okay. Okay, so first of all, you guys already said it. Main with Unity, who cares? Get rid of it. Just start here. I think this may be personal preference, but I think throughout this trailer, the VCR overlay, not VCR, like CRT overlay is a bit too extreme. It like works, but I think it's a little bit too strong. I would see it's probably like an extra layer you put on top. I would lower the opacity a little bit, so it's not as in your face. It definitely, you know, it can add to the vibe, but it's a little bit too much, I think, for a like full 1 minute long trailer or more. Music is pretty good. Sound design is also pretty good, honestly. Show different, yeah. But without sound effects, yeah, the title font isn't great. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's at the end. I think here, there's, you got the puzzle. I think it's a little bit, oh, what? I did not see this. Did they just add a PNG? This is an AI generated monster PNG that just appears. This is beautiful. Oh, I love this. I love this in a cute way. Bamboo Rambo, how often do I rate trailers? Generally right now it's been about once every 2 to 3 weeks that we do it. The thing is, yeah, AI everywhere. It's not this insulting here, at least. I think at this point I feel like the music is overpowering a bit too much and there should be some variation because it's the same the entire time. You know, got a little ghosty blue. Like this is a really good scene. I like it. Like this one gives me that mascot horror game vibe, which is what you want to go for. Also, am I? No, okay, I'm going crazy. When you go here to your final screen, but this is like default font. This does not match the rest of the game. Also, it's like sparks or something on top, and then I don't know what this is. I would change. Like, you should put so much effort into it. Just ask DALL-E at that point to make a logo for you, since you're already going that far anyway. So yeah, and then this ending is pretty good. But then we get, what does this have to do? Maybe they got tired of editing halfway through. Yeah, maybe, or they had like a deadline or something. This is a bad outro. There's no call to action. So I don't know fully what the goal of this is. Like, the start is good. I think the middle is a little bit too long. And then the end, like this part, once again, is good as well. So I would maybe see if I can like cut out, like, I think this is supposed to be a puzzle, but it's very unclear how the puzzle is supposed to work from the trailer. Oh yeah, okay, ghost images were, okay, I guess, oh yeah, Haven Whiteley is in here. Because, look here, creative direction. The thing, is this a student project or what was the, maybe am I mean for, but the fact that the credits are here at the end gives me the vibe that this is a student project. Maybe that's evil or mean, I don't know, but I'm curious. Yeah, I think the jump scare on this, I didn't even notice this guy on my first watch through, honestly. Only when I by chance dropped onto the frame did I notice it. I don't know why. Yeah, and then okay, we have the puzzles. I think the middle, like here, this part once again, like you have the sound effects. Tension is ramping up again. The little ghost is good. Once again, this is very good. Oh yeah, game jam. Yeah, similar, but yeah, it makes sense. I think it's by far not the worst trail that I've seen here. Like definitely, like the sound design has been pretty on point. Some of the art has been really good. The general direction of where you want to go for is just a little bit too extreme with the CRT. No need for the Made with Unity screen at the beginning. Yeah, I have the call to action, and I think, yeah, I'm no horror game trailer expert, but like having this jump scare at the end is good, I think. I wouldn't go for this though, or I would add the wishlist on Steam or whatever if this was an actual Steam game. I'll like give a call to action. If it's a game jam, play it on itch.io, but just give me something to go for, to look at, like put your logo up here as well, once again, and put an itch.io logo, and you're good as well there. I think this is a 6.5 out of 10. Oh, one more thing. You guys may be able to notice, maybe it's a bit too zoomed in. The top of these peaks here, once again, we're clipping. So the music, I've lowered it once again for you guys. If you go and watch this on YouTube, the sound quality, you'll lose a bunch of the audio quality because the volume is too loud. So here you see those flat peaks. That means that the audio goes louder than the MP4, like the audio codec supports, and you'll lose detail and clarity of the trailer, which is not good for the general listening experience. I've talked about this. This is one of the most common mistakes with trailers. I think, yeah, next one also has that problem here when I take a look at it. Where do you send the trailer, Bambo Rambo, and anyone else who is like, hey, I want to submit my own game trailers, I'll give you another go on how it works. Basically, you join our Discord. If you're watching it on YouTube, the Discord is linked in the description, just here. And then what you do then is you go on, here we are. Let me just put this full screen. In our Discord server, which is a really cool server, by the way. So you can join it regardless if you want your, oh, that's the wrong one. We'll get there, guys. In our Discord server, which is really cool. If you go, it's a lost post basically, here for the announcements. And it's like, hey, we're doing the trailer thing. There's a thread here. You open the thread, and in here, you can just submit it. You upload your trailer to YouTube, you post a link in here, and I'm going through this chronologically, basically. So I've just been going through the entire list, top to bottom, and that's it, basically. That's all you need to do, and then we'll do these streams once every so often. So yeah, just keep your eye tuned on that. That's basically how it works. Let me also take a look here quickly, because there's apparently an updated trailer that I need to look at. Okay, I'll see that in a second. But I think, okay, pretty good trailer. Thanks, Haven. Good submission. What did I give it? I don't know, like 7 out of 10? No, 6 something. Okay. Anyways, it was pretty good, especially for like a first trailer. There's a lot of text here. Okay, it has a call to action, but what's it? What is this style? Why is it like just itch.io? What's the name? Okay, War Deluxe and the date, and then like later itch.io. But yeah, indeed, you can make almost any trailer better with like epic orchestral cinematic music. The thing is, I think this trailer in general, and I think actually, if I head on back to our Discord, which is really awesome, and you guys could join because there's a thing here, improve my game. Ooh, I'm gonna have to look for it for a second. But I think there was a, what was it called? Delo. Am I gonna find it? No. I swear there was a whole thread about this game where they wanted like feedback. I guess I can't find it anymore. But this developer has already had a lot of talks about how to make this game look better visually, because it's not there. I think the big problem this trailer has is the trailer was made too early. The game does not look anywhere near good enough to be put in a trailer. Not just the lighting, things like the default Unity fonts or like the default Unity text boxes, the like your score being ugly green, there not being a skybox in the game. Like the cards are there, but the cards have lighting that is mediocre. Like the AI score is unreadable because of the reds and like the no outlines on the background. The actual like 3D thing, like also when I look at you guys, is also pretty cool. But once again, just the scroll box here from Unity itself is not the best. The text, once again, like, do you need to explain that you need cards and dice here? I literally, the only things you see here are cards and dice. So I don't think there's much need for that. Yeah, once again, this is like an AI generated shield, I feel. It's whatever. I will call you out if you use AI generated stuff, but I will not hate you for it. So keep that in mind. Like, I don't mind, but I just think like it's interesting to mention it. Like the effects are not fully. What was this? This was like 7 frames. Okay, let's see. How many frames is this? We'll go from 0 to. Okay, it's more than 7. It's 14 frames, half a second. Suddenly, I'm supposed to read all of this text and understand what's going on. I have no clue what like I watched. Make that part longer. You showcase the different environments, which is good as well. It could be a cool card game. But okay, now you show it for long, which is better. It's deck builder. Once again, why is this font orange? Why is this like the Impact meme font? Not really sure. Like the concept is cool for this game. The problem is just that I think it needs a lot more time in the oven before you make like a full trailer. I think that's the big problem. The actual trailer layout, yeah, build your deck, I would put at the start, but on the other hand, it's a card game, so you would expect it to be like a deck making game. The moment you see cards in the trailer, it's like, okay, this is gonna be a deck builder or whatever. So that is one thing to keep in mind. I think if I would imagine this game looking better, this trailer honestly isn't that bad. Like sure, the music is pretty epic, orchestral, generic almost to a certain degree, but it fits this style because it's more of that medieval style. It's more of, you know what I mean. But just the fact that like there's no consistent UI yet, there's no like real effort put into making it look visually good yet, you're handicapping or kneecapping the trailer too much, I think. Like these things, like these little soldiers walking around on the table, it's really cool. It's just all too unfinished, I think. The environment matters, but yeah, you see they put effort into the environment because throughout the entire trailer, it's always different environments, which is good. It's just, yeah, then the lighting gets all messed up and it looks very flat and the UI is basic, and that is really the main problem I have here. The cards look clean, so I would assume they don't have effects because the cards are simple. Yeah, something like that. And then, yeah, the final... Why is there just explosions everywhere? But the call to action needs to be better as well. But, yeah, overall, like, looking at this from a trailer perspective of it has these things and it's a trailer and the edits are there and the music is there. It's good, but it's just being rammed in the face by the fact that the game just is too raw right now to put on make a full trailer for, I think. Of course, Itch.io, less high stakes than Steam. You just need to have a trailer maybe, but I think it's a general lesson, guys. If your game looks like this, I would wait with making a trailer for it, because trailers, you know, you put a lot of effort into it and you can't really reuse a lot of the assets, because the moment you change anything about your UI, you have to remake the entire trailer. You have to re-record all of your clips and things like that. It's not very time efficient. So wait a little bit longer if you can, where the game looks presentable already, where now it technically works. Yeah. How hilarious, like the trailer music doesn't sell you. You've heard it in like 10 other trailers and games with synth assets. Yeah. The thing is, the music is decent. I think the music could have been done worse. The music can work. Is it the best choice? No, I don't think so, because yeah, it does have that little bit of a generic thing. but it's also not bad. It's not offensive. It's not like the B game. So then I think that's fine. Okay, let's keep going. We have 3 left and I have 43 minutes before I have a meeting that I need to go to. So let's see how much we can do. Next game, Space Kitten. It's very silent. I'm gonna put it louder. I love the bacon. Okay. First off, the music is too silent, I think. This cat's face is giving Doge meme, yeah. I get what they want to go for with the trailer here, where it's, okay, I think you can even see it basically on the waveform every time that you respawn. So I guess this is like kind of a roguelite, where you learn, you die a bunch, and you learn again. But I don't know if this is the best opening shot, really, because it's so dark. And yeah, I don't know about that. It's like 4 seconds until gameplay. I think Eddie is the developer. I'm not fully certain about that. But yeah, it's like, okay, this part is good because I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a survival game. The music is just too silent here, I would say. And also this is maybe not unrelated, but I think the 2.5D perspective needs a little bit of work because this looks kind of weird now, how like it's angled basically. Like I have the plane is here, but the camera goes like this, so there's like a bit of a perspective warp, whatever. Whatever, that's unrelated to the trailer, but it's too calm. Like, okay, yeah, it's an easy, but yeah, I think it is like inspired by Don't Starve. It's like a survival game, and if you die, you try again. Put these faster. You have a cat with a rainbow pickaxe. This is free marketing. Why is this at second 40? So I think I would go harder on making like what's called a cold open, basically, where I would put this as like because right now what you do here is you just land, you pick up 2 things and you die. And we're 9 seconds into the trailer. Which, yeah, also really empty scene. Once again, that's just because the game is still in development, guys. So I try to focus more on the trailer itself. Have too much negative space. Yeah, but I think you need to have more things going on in these first 8 seconds. I would put stuff like, hey, you do the sleep thing. I would do something like, hey, I land, I pick this, I maybe pick another thing, then you go to sleep, then you go and mine this, then you do something else, and then you die. I would do more variety, more different environments, and do that very early, because this is not the most riveting start, basically, that you can have. And then here, okay, once again, yeah, you have it die a little bit later. Land, pick up 2 things and die, the Australia experience. Yeah, if you're making an easy game, don't show the death, that's maybe an idea. So, or don't put it on second 8, because here this trailer, you respawn 5 times or something. That doesn't maybe give the vibe of, hey, it's gonna be an easy game. Something to keep in mind. Yeah, okay. I think there's some great shots in here. They're just too far at the... Oh, the easy is ironical. Well, that is something that does not portray really, if you like have it here, like an easy survival game, then put it between quotes. Because I would actually think if it's a kitten game, I would think this is like a cozy survival, like a cozier, less crazy version of Don't Starve. Is what I would personally think, and I think a bunch of the people in here in chat also had that feeling. So I think that's something to look at. You have the call to action, you have the cute little cat that is dead. Yeah, I saw it, by the way, Double Rex. I'll just need to see, because I'm on a timeline. I have 38 minutes left to do. Yeah, it's X is for eyes. Like, it's dead in space right now. That's true. I think music, once again. The sound of, especially when it's snoring, is very cute. But it's too late. Like, just put the snoring up further. This is gonna get people to keep watching for longer, I would generally say. So I think, once again, just shuffling around the different scenes and the different shots that you have here would do a lot. Also, I think this landing is much shorter. Yeah, let's see. What I would actually do... Where do we switch thing? Because here we're 3.5 seconds in. I would honestly... Because for some reason this one is shorter. How long is this? Yeah, it's... oh no, it's actually the exact same length. I'm just dumb. Okay. It did not... What? No. What? These two are not the same length. Am I stupid? 124. Oh no, okay, I know the problem. Yeah, no, they're half length. Yeah, the last ones are really fast. I would put the faster ones earlier in the thing, because this is your prime time, and it's smoke and a cat going into a dark world. You don't want them. So yeah, I would just get rid of this, and then you just copy paste basically this one up here up front, but a bit like that, and then it saves you some time. I would do something like that, and then you have the game, you have the cats. Music, I don't know if the slow violin music really fits. It's too silent, at least. You can't really hear anything for it. Like, the sound effects are very overpowering. Yeah, you have the X, and it's... Sound design would probably be the biggest thing I look at here. And then you die again. Okay. Gotta play games in the thumbnail. Yeah, I will. We have 2 games left, and it's 2 of the games in the thumbnail. So I'm gonna go through them now very soon. Eddie, I'm sorry if I have to rush through it. I don't think I have to rush through this. I think, once again, sound, pacing, show more of the gameplay up front are the main things. People are like way too zoomed out. I think the next trailer is gonna do more of that. It depends also on the gameplay, of course, because if the gameplay is gonna be more zoomed in, yeah, visually it's too empty. That's once again the thing, but that's less trail, like especially this scene is just one static color. This is not a good scene, I think, but this gameplay is related. Like, put some cacti up here, and I think that is a better thing to do here. Also, I feel like Twiggy Starblade is the developer for T4Sana. Because Double Rex is in here as well. Double Rex, I still need to download your new version. So I'm going to, I can't be like, quickly, Thomas, talk to me. I'm gonna download that now. Thanks for making my life harder. But in the meantime, I'll go and take a look at T4Sana whilst I download the latest trailer for Harbinger. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Talk to each other about how their day has been or something. Let me download this. If you want to know how to download videos, there's this thing called YouTube DLP. It's free, it's on GitHub. I think it's gonna be a 311 like this. And then we'll see what we'll get. It's very slow, but we'll get there. How's your days going? Okay, Twiggy Starblade, it's gonna be T4Sana. You already heard some of my feedback, so this is not the first time I'll be watching this, but let's take a look at this. Audio, I think, needs to be a little bit louder, so let's do that. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. No, that's gonna be too loud. I don't want to blow your guys' ears out. Okay, so, oh, it goes back at the beginning because I finished my timeline. That's annoying. This is a narrative-based game. I think this is one of the first like really story and dialogue-based games, which once again, it's marketing on hard mode because you can't like gunshots are much easier to like add boom, cool explosions and all of that basically versus, oh, they're talking as whatever. Yeah, feedback seems to be, art is really good. The art is really carrying here. I think also you need to keep in mind, like this is a different audience than the people who would watch those like shooter games. So there's a bit more of tolerance for the audience. One big problem, of course, why you gotta start with a second and a half of black? I don't know, can we just get rid of it? Yeah, you could. Also, like, I think this was, like the trailer was made first and then the music was composed to the trailer basically, which is also a different approach, which is a better approach, but just composers are not the easiest to get, like to find one that you can like afford and work with, but that definitely adds like a better vibe here. So also like storytelling, it's like, okay, you start with the coffee beans, you get the sugar, you remember the recipe, and then you cook. Like this is a very good your core gameplay loop is explained in 8 seconds basically, which is good. You find the ingredients and you work together. 1.5 seconds of black gets rid of the TikTok crowd. That is a strategy. I don't know if it's a good one though, because YouTube looks at retention, and if everyone drops off in the first 1.5 seconds, they're not gonna push it as much. So keep that in mind. So yeah, here you have to also keep in mind, like, hey, people need time to read this, so you can't zoom in too much. This is one point that I also, because I looked at this trailer before, where I feel like the biggest problem I have with these scenes is how zoomed out they are from like the overlying view, like especially here as well. It's like I can see too much of the environment and not enough of the main character. Like, let's take another look here. What I would have done is, let's change here as well. I would have just zoomed, can I zoom in? Zoomed in a little bit and then recentered. And then let's take another look at it. I would have done that because now it feels a little bit too zoomed out. Once again, we're very zoomed out here. I'm gonna do the same thing. I think I can just copy the motion, paste it. Okay, I need to recenter it. But I think this just puts more of the screen space onto the main character, because the forest is cool and all, but I think here I would just have zoomed in. Even if it was just in the trailer and not in the game, I would have still done that, because in the trailer, once again, you can cheat a little bit and you can do more stuff camera-wise. And then you switch to your call to action and your ending screen. Movement is done here through text, which is all right. I think one thing you could do here is make like some Steam green screen and put that on top of the coffee. Would be an easy one, I guess, to get some movement in there. But overall, I think this is a pretty solid trailer for like the genre as well that we're looking at. Because once again, story-based games, you need to read it. It's part of the thing. You can cheat a little bit. You can cheat a lot if it comes to trailers, honestly. Like things like changing the camera angles using your editors and things like that. Really, it's you should do it, I think. Yeah, it's like, maybe it's not going to be the final game, but there's a difference between gameplay reasons versus, okay, I just want to sell this game, so I need to make sure. We did it as well with the first trailer we covered today, where once again there was a little bit too much like nothingness going on the screen. So just zoom in on the main character, make it bigger, and that's it. Yeah, also, Glitch Guy's trailer cheated a lot. You can do a lot with like cameras on dollies and all of that. So yeah, I think generally it's a pretty good one. Like this is a beautiful piece of text to put into your trailer. Like, would you like to see my legs? You do not need to put tiny text that says .actual in-game footage. Maybe I sound like an EA like boardroom pencil pusher who has no soul, but I think definitely, like, someone's gonna quote me again. I think for trailers, really, you should just sell the game even if that doesn't 100% what's the final game's gonna be. I don't think there's any rule really where you would have to be like, oh, this is 100% the gameplay footage is gonna be, because then more than like every single AAA trailer should not be made, if that, because they're all just constructed basically for the sake of storytelling and showcasing what the game is about. Yeah, the "Want to See My Legs" is a pretty good one. So yeah, I think this is a good trailer. I think punch it in a little bit. The music is really good. I feel like there's a little bit more that could be. I'm gonna try something. I don't know if this is actually gonna look good, but what I would maybe, okay, this is gonna be hard to fade in, but okay, this is gonna look a little bit awkward, guys, but let's try it out because there's already a crossfade. We're gonna start at 100% scale, and we're gonna need to go here, and we're gonna zoom in a little bit, just a little bit, and focus a little bit more on the town. Now we're going to maximize this. How does this look? We would have to zoom in on this scene as well for it to work. And then, okay, never mind. This doesn't work. But I think you could do something where you kind of zoom, focus into the town after the dialogue, and then transition into the outro. Basically, is what I would do. So I think that's what I would do. I think this is a pretty decent trailer. Let's say this is I think this could be an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10. Good job. Someone asked me when I was downloading the trailer, basically why 311? Because I'll show you now. The way YouTube downloader works is you have all of these different formats, and this is basically 720p. I fucked up. I need to re-download it at 312. It's not gonna do that. Whatever. And then we need also 140 for the audio because it doesn't download both of the things at the same time. So please stand by while I download this thing again. And it's called Harbinger. Harbinger teaser trailer. Music is done. And then let's take a look again at Harbinger. Get rid of both of the video files, and that's downloaded 1080p. I think 1080p is important. I gotta go. Yeah, I'm gonna put the audio down, although it's actually not that bad. I think it's just a -2. I did not do -2, I think. No, I did not. This needs to be a minus. Oh, I need to undo. I swear I know how Premiere Pro works. Audio game. -3. What someone says, let me take a look at the chat once again. Also the dialogue was questioning, yeah, it seems like a good game. Which trailers are you looking at? Once again, I'll go and talk you through it once more. Let's not leak any DMs. Here in our beautiful Discord server, which is linked down below. If you go to the announcements channel, it's gonna be the last post you see in there. Oh, this is awkward. Here, the hey yo everyone, we're gonna be doing more streams, roasting your game trailers. And in here, there's a thing here. People have been uploading their own trailers. Basically, I go through this in the date that you posted. So right now we're gonna go up to Harbinger, and then anything posted below here is probably going to be covered in the next trailer review, whenever we do this, basically. What else are we gonna do? What if you did a multi-pass approach where you skip through, like I skipped through the trailer first. I guess I could do that, but yeah, too much effort. How are my downloads? Is Harbinger downloaded by now? Yes, it should be. Did I delete the sound? No, okay, I can offline this. Perfect. Let's take a look. Okay, it starts with gameplay, which is a good start. So this is going to be a boomer shooter. Let me actually align the time so I can use this and look at how long the frames are. And let's make this bigger again. All right, let's go. First issue I see, there's black bars here. You're not fully zoomed in or something, whatever. I can fix this. Bam, it's fixed. Okay, general vibes are pretty solid with this one. Is it Premiere Pro? Maybe. I think I could do just 101, honestly. Oh, not 101. But yeah, the black bars, oh yeah, 1% was already good enough. Just a little bit weird. 1 second. I'll get there. Okay, so starts with action. This is great. Once again, FPS games, so easy to market. If you're doing the narrative game, it's a lot harder than this. Just have a banger soundtrack and gameplay and you're solid usually. And again, we're showing a lot of the different guns here. This is general shooter, good pacing, like the game is fast, so it's easy here. I don't know if I'm going crazy. I don't think, are these the same song? Or are you mixing two songs here? Top Rex. I'm a bit weird about it. It feels like a pretty okay transition, but it almost feels, oh, it got to a later part. Yeah, okay, I could tell that the pacing felt a little bit off. It's okay. I think if you notice the music, yeah, the transition can be improved a little bit, but I get why you want to go, because you can't just be full like the high testosterone power for, or you can, but it's not the best thing to do for a trailer. And this is where you show around the world, which is fine. I think here I would have spent a little bit more time so I could actually read the text, because you drop it out during the text being still written. Same here. I would have spent a little bit more time on the red, because it's like, okay, I can see throw red, but you'd never even see the impact basically before you continue. I think this is a bit too forced of a shot, this one, because this is just you walking. This is where I would use something like a dolly, or however it's called, where you just have a preset pod, because you can feel the jitteriness of you and your mouse and looking around. You're not a perfectly nicely tracked thing. So this is something where I would probably re-record this and make it so that the camera follows like a preset pod, and maybe get rid of the cursor at the middle of the screen as well. And then once again, the music, like the drop starts again, time back for the high testosterone alpha male energy. Showing the different guns once again, pretty good. And then on the shot, you have the transition. Oh, I don't like the font. You have this really cool text font, but then wishlist now on Steam, two different colors, black for the Steam logo, gray for the Steam like thing, and then we have the wishlist now, which was once again another color. Let me see actually. I quickly want to check something in my files. Do I have, okay, no, I don't have the PNG on standby. I have like a PNG that is like wishlist now that I think is pretty decent. So definitely I would change the font here, but honestly, there's not much bad with this trailer. I think the action parts are very solid. I think the part here where you do the music transition it's audible. It kind of messes up with the pacing a little bit, I feel. But this is like okay. I don't know if I would keep, this one looks a bit weird because I have no context, and I would rather just see only this, because this is more of just showing the world. I would maybe focus a little bit more on the bar. Maybe if you like walk into it, could be an interesting one where you go into the bar to have that outside to inside transition. But that's already extra. Let Corvin talk a little bit more. Same with Trash. A little bit more time for the red. Also change the throw red sound effect. I think it's a little bit cheap and it doesn't really fit here. Make this a dolly shot. Once again, it's action. There's nothing wrong with the action at all. And then you have at the end here, you have the transition into this. I think just change the wishlist now on Steam thing and you should be good. This is a really good trailer in general, I would say. So yeah, color scheme, art style. Once again, having a visual game and having a game that's fast-paced, it's just so easy to make a trailer from that, basically. So yeah, I think overall this is probably also once again gonna be like an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. So I think this is a good trailer. So I have 17 minutes left until my meeting, which is good. We managed to go through all the trailers, so that is nice. Let me see. I'm not doing anything else today, like no other trailers, but once again, if you're not in here yet, you can submit them, drop your trailer here in the thread, and next time, I don't know when it's gonna be though, because it won't be next week because it's too fast, and then the week after we'll be at Gamescom, which will completely mess up our streaming and upload schedule, by the way. So don't expect anything then. Maybe the week after, final week of August, I'll do one more trailer review roast. But we'll see. We'll keep doing them. Just keep submitting them. Even if it's not next week, we'll keep doing these because I like doing these. So yeah, don't leave yet though. We're currently sitting at 79 viewers, which is nice. But I once again want to plug, since today, if you want to support us and you are someone who has Amazon Prime and you give Jeff Bezos your money, I have good news for you, because you can also give us some money without having to spend anything extra. There's a Twitch like linked normally in the description if you're looking at this on YouTube, or if you're just watching on Twitch directly, thank you. And you can go to our Twitch stream basically, and if you have your Amazon Prime linked with your Twitch account and you click the subscribe button and you're not Prime sub to anyone else yet, then you can now click that like, hey, I want a subscribe button. And it's like, oh, use my Prime sub, which is free for you. You pay nothing extra for it. It's because Amazon bought like Twitch, and you can do that and we'll get like a few euros. It's not a lot, but it's completely free for you, and it would help us, like, because of course one person won't make a difference, but anyone else would be really nice. So it makes me want to do these streams more, or like it's nice to do these streams then. So that's all I really had. I don't know, any other questions? Is now the time? I'll be here for another 5 minutes if so, and then I have to prepare for another meeting. So yeah, I think, what are the general vibes of today? What was the best trailers? Maybe a good question. 14-day ban from Twitch. How did you do that? Well, okay. Would be nice, yeah. I don't know. I don't get we don't have notifications. Normally, it would, like, your name would show up if you do a Prime sub, but Thomas does all of that. I'm not that good at it. The creepy 2D game. Yeah, I think that's here, Into this one is a pretty okay one. I forgot the name. Into Samomor. This was a pretty good trailer, to be honest. It also felt like the most polished. I think, you know, the Harbinger one is as well pretty decent, but it's still pretty early in development. I feel like this is a game that's almost done already. So yeah, I think runner-up, this one was a bit too basic. This one I felt a bit cheated by the fact that there was no gameplay. Yeah, okay, seems like this one is the clear winner, Into Samomor. So it's a good trailer. It's objectively, it deserves the win. And then Harbinger, and then yeah, a bunch of others. I think generally you guys have improved the trailers. There's like a few like ones where you make a lot of mistakes. I'll make the bingo, I promise. I'll make the bingo soon. So yeah, I think yeah, where the low. Yeah, indeed. I saw you, Ashley. I think you made a Discord post, and I saw a lot of people talked about the UI and the lighting and things like that. The trailer, it takes a lot of time to recut the trailer. So. And no, not everybody is a correct artist, Ben Kolev, because we have also submissions like this and this, which I don't know if it mean, but these are not like correct art, I would say. So yeah, also once again, look at, if you see, yeah, you don't want to have, you see this once again here very clearly, the flat peaks means your audio is completely clipping, so make sure that you're not doing that. That's like my final tip here. And I think apart from that, it's time to wrap this up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for sticking by us. It's been a bit of a rough start with the audio. We're a bit late, but thanks everyone for sticking by. We've had a pretty good amount of viewers, honestly. So I'm really happy with that. No stream tomorrow, of course. We don't do these every day. Tomorrow is a regular video that I still have to edit. Fuck me. And then yeah, on Saturday, tune in at 8 p.m. or like 1.5 hours later than when this stream started, and Thomas and I will be doing another episode of Byte Stream. So apart from that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! How do I end this?